Leo season is upon us. Hello, beautiful people. Life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Yes, the sun will be transiting through the sign of Leo from July 22nd to August 22nd, and during that 4-week period, some intense planetary shifts will be taking place. So in this video, I'll be going over what these energetic shifts mean for your individual sign. And by the way, thank you so much to all of you that have become members of the channel. If any of you are interested in becoming a member, where you can get access to the weekly Magic of the Moon videos and other exclusive perks, just hit that join button next to the subscribe button. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. Leo season will begin when the sun enters Leo on Sunday, July 23rd at 1:50 a.m. Universal Time, which will be 6:50 p.m. on Saturday, July 22nd if you are on Pacific Time, 9:50 p.m. also on Saturday, July 22nd Eastern Standard Time, and for those of you that are in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be at 11:50 a.m. on July 23rd in Sydney, Australia, and 3:50 a.m. on July 23rd in Johannesburg, South Africa. So let's find out the best way to make the most of this Leo sun energy. Leo is a fixed energy, so when it comes to manifesting, Leo season is a time for patience and consistency. Leos are known for their creativity, their relentless drive, and their connection to confidence. So let's celebrate all of those enthusiastic, generous, unwavering Leos out there as we all use the power of Leo season to give up the idea of limitations and embrace the knowing that you are who you aspire to be. Happy Leo season. Now that you know the best way to harness the power of Leo season, let's see what this Leo season will mean for your individual sign. Okay, my powerful Aries, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this is going to be in your 5th house. So Aries, let me start off by saying that if Cancer season was lackluster or a bit stressful for you, then get ready for a major shift into positive energy. This 5th house energy is a time where you will get a boost to your creativity, a boost to your physical energy, a boost to your optimistic nature, and because of this, it can be a time where many positive opportunities open up for you. You just have to make sure that you are doing your part by letting go of any worry about the future and letting go of any frustration that was brought on by disappointments that you may have faced during Cancer season. And with this renewed perspective, really allow yourself to dream big. Set new goals for yourself and believe that not only are they possible, but that they are also probable as well. Now, if you get the urge to pick up an old hobby that you haven't engaged in for a while, but it was something that you really loved, just know that this is the perfect time to do that, because not only will it bring you happy experiences, but it also has the likelihood of opening the door to new opportunities for you. And if by chance you engage in any sort of studies during this time, just know that you will be capable of picking up information very quickly and processing that information very quickly. Now, the 5th house is an excellent energy also for romance and relationships, so it is highly likely that you could meet someone new. So let's talk about Venus going retrograde for the entirety of Leo season, which starts on the same day that the sun goes into Leo, and it will also be in your 5th house. So do not be surprised, Aries, if an ex of yours resurfaces. Just remember that if they do and you decide to entertain the idea of reconnection, be very clear that if they're not bringing you different energy in terms of how they approach the situation and how they're approaching you, and by that I mean in the things that they're saying and the way that they're behaving, if there isn't any new energy around that, then don't be surprised if the result is the same. Just know though that this will not be your only chance at love during Leo season. Also, if you are already in a relationship and you are looking to have children, this is an excellent energy for conceiving. Or if you already have children, this is also a great time to really connect with them on a deeper level. Now, because this Venus is retrograde, it might indicate that there might have to be some new rules and regulations put into place for your kids, but it's all for the best and it should run pretty smoothly. But overall, this Venus energy is excellent for you, Aries, and if you are already in a relationship, this could indicate that there also could be a need for some adjustments to the dynamic between the two of you, but this will result in a deeper connection, which is also very positive. Now, on July 28th, Mercury will be entering Virgo, which will be in your 6th house, which could lend to you having some unnecessary worry around your health. So if some worry does come up in this area, of course, have things checked out. I'm obviously not a doctor. But just know that worrying only makes a bad thing worse, and it could be absolutely nothing. So why waste the energy worrying? Just get the necessary information, make the choices relative to that information, and then keep it moving. Now on August 1st, we will have that full moon in Aquarius, and I will do a completely separate video on that, so keep an eye out for that. And then we have the final big transit of Leo season, which will be the new moon in Leo that will take place on August 16th, also in your 5th house, which will serve to boost your manifesting power and overall good fortune. So Aries, this Leo season is looking like a very exciting time with major opportunities when it comes to enjoying life, when it comes to romance, and just an overall resurgence and renewal of your happiness. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy Leo season, Aries. Okay, my powerful Taurus, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this is going to be in your 4th house. So Taurus, more than likely, you are coming out of a 4-week period that was pretty exhausting, both physically and emotionally, but also very productive. So look at this 4-week period of Leo season as a recharge phase for you, where you get to take some time, assess your life situation, and make whatever adjustments are necessary to really get yourself back into a flow where you are feeling energized and where you are feeling confident and like you have the space to enjoy life. And this all begins at your foundation, your inner home, and the relationship that you have with your outer home. So during this 4 weeks of Leo season, this is the time to do some spiritual cleaning. We have just passed the halfway mark of the year, so this is where you can take a look at your inner home, meaning check in with yourself and gauge your stress levels. Are you getting enough sleep? What are your inner conversations like? Take a look at all of those things, so that way you can bring awareness to any area that needs improvement, and then start making those adjustments now. This way your overall personal energy is an energy of self-love, and you'll be creating enough peace to keep your stress levels balanced. Then take a look at your outer home. Is where you live a place that brings you comfort and support? Is your home chaotic in any way? This Leo season being in your 4th house is the perfect time to make any adjustments at home, including making the decision to move if that's where you're at right now in terms of the relationship with your home. Now, the 4th house is also an excellent time to heal any family relationships that might be on the rocks. And if everything is good in that area, it could still be an excellent time to spend time with family. Just make sure you're not pressuring yourself to get too much done in your practical world or your business world during this time. This 4 weeks is more about you taking care of you, Taurus. Now, in the midst of this recharge energy, Venus will go retrograde on the same day that the sun shifts into Leo, and it will also be in Leo, so it will also be in your 4th house, and it will remain retrograde for the entirety of Leo season. And this especially brings focus to the relationships that you have with your parents. So if there's any healing that needs to be done there, this would absolutely be the time for that. Now, if any of you out there are looking to manifest a relationship, just know that this 4th house Venus transit doesn't really indicate any new love, but if you are already in a relationship and there's any unresolved issues, be ready for them to come to the forefront, and just know that this is bringing you the opportunity to address the issues once and for all, which will result in either an ending of the relationship or a deepening of the connection. But you can rest assured that there will be resolution one way or the other. Now, during this Leo season, we also have Mercury entering Virgo on July 28th, which will be in your 5th house, which is excellent for you when it comes to boosting your creativity and when it comes to bringing a strong opportunity for money making. So if you are involved in the stock market at all, this could be a great time for you to invest. Now, obviously, I'm also not a financial advisor. I'm just letting you know where the energy is strongest, and then you can make your decisions accordingly. And also, this Mercury transit will bring positive interactions and clarity when it comes to communication within relationships of all kinds. Then on August 1st, we have the full moon in Aquarius, which I will be making a separate video for, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. And the final major transit of Leo season will be the new moon in Leo, which comes along on August 16th, which will also be in your 4th house, which will be an excellent time for moving if that is what you decided you were going to do. But overall, it will be offering up an energetic opening where you can truly get a renewed, fresh start when it comes to that inner and outer foundation that we were talking about at the start. This is going to be an important time of reflection, an important time of clarity for you. So the way you can come out on the other side, ready for Virgo season, where things are really going to pick up for you in a positive way, is by embracing this energetic opening. Take some time for yourself, be honest with yourself about what needs to change, make those changes, and be ready for the rewards that are going to come along with those changes. So happy Leo season, Taurus. Okay, my powerful Geminis, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this is going to be in your 3rd house. So Gemini, this is going to be an excellent time for you because this is where you thrive. You are the ruler of the third house, so what better place for you to be in than an energy where you're busy and you're getting things done and you're having fun and you're making connections and you're multitasking. And this is exactly what this 4 weeks of Leo season is going to be all about for you. There will be a major uptick in your productivity when it comes to work and when it comes to making money, especially if you work with the public in some way. And if you're involved in social media, this could be an excellent time for you to get a boost to your following. Also know that your communication skills are going to be at an all-time high, which could work really well if you're involved in any sort of sales or business dealings. Now, you may even have the opportunity for a short trip during this time, and if this does come up, make sure to take that opportunity because it could prove to lead to even bigger and better opportunities for you. Now, the one thing that will be very important is scheduling and making sure that you don't take on too much at once. Otherwise, you could find that you are putting out a lot of energy but not getting as much done as you would like, while also depleting your energy levels. So make sure to budget your time and keep a strong focus on your health and wellness, Gemini. So that way you can make the most of this third house and you can keep the momentum going without any health issues or burnout down the line. Now, in the midst of all this action, Venus will have gone retrograde on the same day that the sun enters Leo, and it will stay retrograde for the entirety of Leo season, which will also be in your third house. So when it comes to love, this could amplify any issues that you may be having with your significant other. So if some conflict comes up, it would be best to approach the situation with a proposed solution as opposed to being argumentative or placing blame or just pointing out things that you don't like about them. In terms of any new love coming your way, this is definitely not a strong indication of new love. The third house does have a strong influence also on siblings and neighbors, so if there have been any issues with any siblings or any neighbors, be ready for those situations to flare up. Also, make sure to stay away from any sort of gossip during this time. Otherwise, you could find yourself wrapped up in something that you had absolutely no intention in being involved in. Now, the best way to navigate this Venus retrograde transit is to remind yourself that conflict is just a distraction. So as long as you approach any issue from a solution-oriented standpoint and you let small energy go and focus on the productive things that you have going on in your life, then you will be able to bypass any drama that this retrograde energy could potentially be bringing your way. Now, on July 28th, Mercury, your ruling planet, will be shifting into Virgo, which will be in your fourth house. So this will actually help in terms of effective communication and understanding if any issues with a sibling does come up. Otherwise, this could also just lend to spending time with family and serving to really boost your overall well-being and creativity. On August 1st, we will have the full moon in Aquarius, which I will do a completely separate video for, so keep an eye out for that, which will then take us into the final big transit of Leo season, which will be the new moon in Leo on August 16th, which will be in your third house as well and will lend to a strong manifesting energy. So that will be an excellent time to set some new goals for yourself, and also know that anyone you meet during that time could play a very positive role in bringing your dreams into reality in the near future. So Geminis, this is going to be an interesting time for you, filled with a lot of excitement to say the least. So prepare for these opportunities, embrace this energetic opening, and happy Leo season, Geminis. Okay, my powerful Cancerians, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this is going to be in your second house. So Cancers, I hope you had a wonderful Cancer season. Now, with the start of this new chapter, this second house energy is opening the door for you to establish a very positive relationship with financial abundance, also with your self-worth and with your connection to the material world. So this means do not be surprised if you find yourself having at least one, if not multiple, opportunities to establish what you know you deserve when it comes to financial flow, and also when it comes to the balance of give and take within your relationships. So if a situation comes up with your job, either a new job or a job that you've had for a while, where you feel like you deserve more than you are getting, or if they're asking you to establish your pay, look at that as an opportunity to set a new standard for yourself financially. Money is energy, and the energy that is being reflected back to you in the material world is a strong indication of what is going on inside. So if you have a great relationship with financial abundance, fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing, and this will be a time to increase that connection and flow. But if you have struggled with this relationship, with this area of your life, then that means you want to first look at how you view your own self-worth. Not in terms of what you say to yourself, but in terms of how you behave in your relationships. Are you the type who sacrifices your desires to make sure that someone else has what they want? Do you find yourself in relationships where you are giving much more than you are receiving? Do you find yourself apologizing for things a lot that you haven't really even done wrong? If the answer is yes, this is the perfect time to hit the reset button and make sure you communicate your needs and operate from a place of still being the loving, caring person that you are, while making sure though that the relationships that you give your energy to are balanced and fulfilling. This will help establish an energetic shift of self-love and self-worth, which will then begin to manifest in what you attract to yourself. So this Leo season is going to be a very exciting time for you Cancerians out there when it comes to your financial situation. Now, on the same day that the sun shifts into Leo, Venus will be going retrograde in Leo, which will also be in your second house, and it will remain retrograde for the entirety of Leo season. Now, because this is your second house, this is not that strong of an indication of new love, but if you are already in a relationship, this could lend to the two of you having a conversation around money and establishing what you want that dynamic to look like. It will also be important to note that you may have a tendency, because of this Venus retrograde transit, to overspend. So keep that in mind. And this doesn't mean hold on to your money with a chokehold, but it does mean get used to making responsible decisions that aren't based in fear, that aren't based in the idea of lack or not having either, but instead based in the confidence that you are making decisions that are in your best financial interest. Also, during this Leo season on July 28th, we have Mercury entering Virgo, which will be in your third house, which will be excellent for your mental clarity and communication. So if any negotiations come up during this time when it comes to business dealings or any other relationships in your life, you will have a much easier time than usual expressing yourself, which is fantastic. Just make sure you really take your time and go over any details if any contracts do come your way, because the third house can also have you moving so fast and cause you to miss some fine print or important details. Now on August 1st, we will have the full moon in Aquarius, which I will do a completely separate video for, so keep an eye out for that. And the final big shift of Leo season will be when the new moon in Leo takes place on August 16th, which will also be in your second house. And this is where you can really ignite and put into practice that new relationship with financial abundance and the material world, which will put you in the perfect momentum moving forward as you prepare for Virgo season, which will be very busy and a very productive time for you Cancerians out there. So embrace this energetic opening and happy Leo season, Cancers. Okay, my powerful Leos, it is finally here, your season. And I want to wish all of you Leos out there a new chapter filled with excitement, filled with good times, filled with laughter, new opportunities, new perspectives, major abundance, and most of all, love. Now, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this is going to be in your first house. So Leo, this is the sun's strongest position for you all year. You're at the height of your energetic vibration. So if you have done your part, you will for sure find that the next 4 weeks, your manifesting power will be in high gear. And by your part, I'm speaking of the 4 weeks of Cancer season, where the sun was in your 12th house, which was an opportunity for you to really establish what you genuinely want out of this chapter of life. What are the relationships, the ideas, and the habits that you want to let go of? This way, as you step into your season, you are ready to experience that rebirth where you really step into this next version of who you are. So if you have made the space by releasing any small energy of the past, then you can begin to fill the space with the desires that you have now. And this is when it comes to career, when it comes to your financial goals, when it comes to your health and your wellness goals, and when it comes to the goals that you have for yourself regarding romance and relationships. And speaking of relationships, Venus will be going retrograde and will remain retrograde for the entirety of Leo season, and it will go retrograde on the same day that the sun shifts into Leo. And this will also be in your first house, which could mean that a former relationship may resurface, or it could also mean that if you're already in a relationship, an unresolved issue will resurface, giving you the opportunity to squash it once and for all. But in terms of a brand new relationship, even if you do meet someone new, which is possible because it is your season, and if you've been wanting to manifest love, then it could very well come your way. But if it does, just make sure you take it very slow. With Venus being in retrograde, you don't want to move too fast and get ahead of yourself emotionally without really getting to know the person first. One very positive indication this Venus retrograde is bringing is the indication of financial gain. Meaning if there was some financial deal in the past that may have fell through or went away for whatever reason, this could be coming back around. So be ready for some money to be coming your way, Leo, which is always a great birthday present. Also, during your season, Mercury will be shifting into Virgo on July 28th, which will be in your second house, which will increase your ability to get momentum going when it comes to your professional world, especially if you have your own business. So this is going to work really well with that Venus retrograde energy in terms of offering up ways for financial gain to be coming your way. Then on August 1st, we have the full moon in Aquarius coming along, which I'm going to do a separate video for, so keep an eye out for that, which will then lead us into the final big transit of your season, which is going to be the new moon in Leo that will also be in your first house, that comes along on August 16th, which will give you a boost to your overall energy. So if there are any new goals in terms of new habits that you want to create or new undertakings you are looking to start during your season and you haven't started them by the time the new moon comes around, make sure that you start on the new moon, because this will assist you in optimizing its powers to amplify your manifesting power. So overall, Leos, this looks like it's going to be an excellent 4 weeks for you. So embrace this energetic opening. Happy birthday and happy Leo season. Okay, my powerful Virgos, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this is going to be in your 12th house. Okay, Virgos, this one is going to be a very necessary 4 weeks for you because it is a time of physical, mental, and emotional cleansing. Look at this as a time of preparation before your season, so that way by the time your season comes around, you will not be carrying any of the heaviness that can be brought on by mental stress or physical exhaustion. So Virgos, if you are feeling less communicative and less social during this time, this is exactly how you should be feeling. It's your soul letting you know that it is time for you to take a break from the day-to-day grind and allow yourself to feel the necessary emotions and release those feelings connected to all of the things that you have been through the first half of this year. Don't be surprised if you have moments where a wave of sadness may come over you or a wave of frustration. If and when something like that takes place, don't be hard on yourself. Just allow yourself to feel those emotions and then release them. Remember, emotions are energy in motion and you want to let them flow so that way you can allow yourself the natural cleansing process. If you try and stop yourself from feeling certain things, the emotions don't go away, they just get suppressed, and then they manifest in other ways that can be challenging, like more stress or mood swings or physical illness. So allow yourself to face whatever emotions you feel during this time and then process them by asking yourself, is there a lesson in this? What is my takeaway from the experience? If the feelings are connected to loss, allow yourself to say goodbye to one version of that relationship, but know that you can have a renewed version of that relationship with this person where you stay connected spiritually, or maybe even keeping them close as a memory that you're grateful for. This is your time, Virgo, to really take care of you, so that way you can get back to the excitement that you have for life and get back to your ambition and get back to having new experiences. That way, by the time your season comes around, you will be feeling renewed and ready for your season. Now, during this healing phase, Venus will be going retrograde on the same day that the sun enters Leo, and it will remain retrograde for the entirety of Leo season, and it will also be in your 12th house. So this is actually going to assist you in that healing process, because anything from the past, especially emotions connected to certain relationships, they're bound to resurface, and just know this is all in order to get resolution and then closure. As a Virgo, you hate to feel like you've given up on anything. And when relationships don't work out, sometimes it's hard for you to let go because you feel like you have failed or that you're giving up, but that is not the case. This is a time for you to recognize that the role that that relationship played in your life has now had its time, and it's brought you the experiences and the necessary lessons connected to those experiences. So now it's time to embrace the lessons and take those with you with gratitude while releasing the pain or regret or frustration or sadness or even judgment for yourself. So this Venus transit is not a time for new love, but a time for healing along with the sun. And if you are in a relationship, this is an excellent time for the two of you to address any issues that may be lingering. And just know you will have a much easier time talking about any challenges, which could help to result in resolution, because on July 28th, Mercury will be shifting into Virgo, which will be in your first house. So that will assist you in expressing your needs more effectively and more openly. Then on August 1st, we have the full moon in Aquarius, and I will be making a separate video for that, so keep an eye out for that, which will then lead us into the final big transit of this Leo season, which will be on August 16th when the new moon in Leo comes along, also in your 12th house, which will help to bring a wave of optimism and vision for the future, which can begin a very strong momentum for you, Virgo, as you get closer to your season. During this new moon energy, it could also be a good idea to keep a dream journal, because you could find that you may gain insight from your dreams during that time. So overall, Virgo, Leo season will be a spiritual retreat where you are meant to tend to your health mentally, physically, and spiritually in preparation for your rebirth season. So enjoy this release and reset and embrace this energetic opening. And happy Leo season, Virgos. Okay, my powerful Libras, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 11th house. So Libra, this is going to be a very exciting time for you. Cancer was a pretty heavy energy. Hopefully it helped you to get more clarity when it comes to your professional world, at least in terms of what you want to do to manifest more financial abundance. And if you feel like the new opportunities that you were looking for in that area didn't quite show up, then fear not, because an 11th house sun transit is an excellent energy for things to be going your way, for new opportunities to be coming along. And if there's something that you have been working towards manifesting, the 11th house is excellent for supporting the process of bringing your dreams into reality. This would be a great time to network and connect with friends, old and new, because a certain one of those friendships could be exactly what you need in terms of bringing a new path for you on your way to finding the missing piece to the vision that you've had for yourself. But just know, overall, this is a much more lighthearted and positive energy than the 4 weeks of Cancer season. Now, on the same day that the sun goes into Leo, Venus will be going retrograde in Leo. So this will also be in your 11th house. And this could indicate that if there is a friendship that has been on the rocks for a while, this is the perfect time to address any issues and resolve that disconnect. And it could also mean that if there was a dream or a goal that you had that for some reason you either gave up on or got distracted from pursuing, or there was something that you were excited about and it fell through for whatever reason, just know that this could be coming back around with an opportunity for a more favorable outcome this time around, which is always exciting. Also, if you find yourself reassessing what you want out of life and it looks completely different than it did even in recent time, that is okay, because this is exactly the time for you to gain new clarity on your life situation and what brings you happiness. And sometimes this means letting go of former goals and embracing new ones, which can be very exciting. Now, also during this Leo season on July 28th, Mercury will be shifting into Virgo, which will be in your 12th house, which will actually serve to majorly boost your intuition. So this will be a great time to really go with your gut on any decisions that you have coming your way. Also, it could be a good idea to keep a dream journal, because you may find that information could be coming your way while you are asleep. This will also be an excellent Mercury transit for any of you Libras out there that are writers or that are involved in any sort of creative pursuits. Now on August 1st, we will have the full moon in Aquarius coming along, and I'm gonna do a separate video on that, so keep an eye out for that. And this will take us into the final big transit of Leo season, which is going to be on August 16th, when the new moon in Leo comes along, which will also be in your 11th house and will further amplify your manifesting power. And it will also be the perfect time to start a new project. And make sure that if any new relationships come along during that time, be careful, because Venus will still be retrograde. So you really want to take your time and not rush into anything, which I know as a Libra you're going to do anyway. So overall, Libras, this is an excellent transit for you with major opportunities and very positive energy coming your way. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy Leo season, Libras. Okay, my powerful Scorpios, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 10th house. So Scorpios, this is the time of year where you will get the opportunity to really focus on your career. By this I mean, if you've been looking for a job but you haven't been able to really find what you're looking for, the 4 weeks of Leo season is going to be a very supportive time for you having a positive outcome on this search, and more than likely finally finding what you've been looking for. Also, if you've been unsure in any way about what it is that you do want to do, or if you're on the right path professionally, this will be a positive 4-week period for you to connect to exactly what is right for you. Now, if you already have a job and you've been wanting to make more money, this could also be a good time to ask for a raise. Also, if you are involved in social media at all, overall and you have been wanting to increase your following, this could be a very positive time for an uptick in that area as well. Now, because the 10th house does bring focus to your reputation, it will be very important to not get involved or engage in any sort of gossip or even with people or friends that have that kind of energy. Otherwise, you may find yourself wrapped up in some drama that will distract you from achieving the goals that you have for yourself. Also, because this is connected to your professional world, this makes the energy very strong for you to be able to manifest more financial abundance during this time. Now, when it comes to love and relationships, Scorpio, Venus will be going retrograde on the same day that the sun goes into Leo, and Venus will also be in Leo, which will also be in your 10th house. So in terms of any new love coming your way, this is not a strong indication of that. But if you are already in a relationship, it is likely that the topic of money will come up during this time. So use this as an opportunity to get on the same page in terms of how the two of you want to navigate this area of the relationship. Now, this 10th house Venus transit could also mean that if there is some sort of challenging relationship with someone that you work with, this could be a great time to address that issue, resolve it, and move on without any negative energy around that connection. Also, during this Leo season, Mercury will be shifting into Virgo on July 28th, which will be in your 11th house, which will make this an excellent time for manifesting your goals, Scorpio. This is because your imagination and where your thoughts are focused have so much to do with what you manifest into reality. And with Mercury being in your 11th house, which is the house of dreams and wishes, you are highly likely to focus the majority of your mental energy on your goals, which should prove to be very productive. On August 1st, we will have the full moon in Aquarius, which I will make a separate video for, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. And that will take us into the final big shift of Leo season, which will be when the new moon comes along on August 16th, which will also be in Leo, which will also be in your 10th house. So this will serve as an excellent time for starting a new job, starting a new business, starting a new social media campaign, and just overall bringing an even stronger boost to your manifesting power regarding your career and your financial abundance. So Scorpios, this looks like an exciting 4-week period where you can truly make some major headway when it comes to your career, when it comes to how the public sees you, and even when it comes to some financial gain. So embrace this energetic opening and happy Leo season, Scorpios. Okay, my powerful Sagittarians, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 9th house. So Sagittarius, this is going to be an excellent time for you, and I'm sure you were thinking, it's about time. More than likely, Cancer season was quite challenging. So just know that the 4 weeks of Leo season are going to be a time where you feel like things are finally starting to go your way. Be ready for new opportunities to be coming your way, especially ones where travel could be involved. This will be a time where connecting with different cultures and different perspectives and really trusting your intuition are all going to play a large role in opening new doors for you, Sagittarius. The excellent thing about this 4 weeks of Leo season for you is the fact that it's in the 9th house. Sagittarius is the ruler of the 9th house. So if you haven't been feeling like yourself lately, or you've been wondering why life has felt like an uphill climb, just know this Leo season energy will be bringing a flow of familiarity in the way where you will be having the experiences and the connections with the type of people that really make you feel alive and remind you of what it is to be in the flow and on the right path. Now, during this exciting opening, Venus will be going retrograde on the same day that the sun goes into Leo, and Venus will also be in Leo, and it will remain retrograde for the entirety of Leo season, and it will be in your 9th house as well. So this could mean that someone from your past romantically could be resurfacing, and if so, make sure to remind yourself of why the two of you broke up in the first place. And I'm not saying don't entertain the idea of reconnection. I'm just saying make sure that anything from the past that wants to become a part of your life now, make sure that it's bringing new energy, not old, stale energy. Also know that this Venus transit is not a major indication of new love for those of you that are single, which could be a good thing because Venus retrograde is not the best time for starting a new relationship. But just know that this Venus transit is very positive in terms of bringing you new insight and new perspectives when it comes to your life and when it comes to your relationships and just what it is that brings you fulfillment. Those realizations will be coming your way. Also, if you're already in a relationship, this Venus retrograde could put the two of you in a situation where you will be trapped traveling together or dealing with a different culture in some way, which could prove to be an experience that deepens the connection that the two of you have. Now on July 28th, Mercury will be entering Virgo, which will be in your 10th house, and this energy is excellent for you Sagittarius when it comes to your career. You will find that you are feeling confident and you are feeling capable, and that you're just able to express your thoughts and your ideas very clearly when interacting with coworkers. This transit also can indicate a promotion of some sort, or even just more responsibility at work, which hopefully will mean more money. And on August 1st, we have the full moon in Aquarius coming along, which I'm going to do a separate video for, so keep an eye out for that, which will then take us into the final big shift of Leo season when the new moon in Leo comes along on August 16th, which will also be in your 9th house, which further amplifies not only your good luck, but a strong momentum and an opening for manifesting new opportunities. This also indicates meeting the right people at the right time. So make sure and get out and live life, Sagittarius. Travel if possible, like I was saying earlier, and just know overall this Leo season promises to be an incredible time of forward movement and excitement for you. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy Leo season, Sagittarius. Okay, my powerful Capricorns, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 8th house. So Capricorns, this is the time of year for you to be able to make some major changes. You're the type of person that can pretty much make the most of any situation, but this is the time of year where the things that are not working for you in terms of your relationships or your personal habits that you might have, or even ways of thinking that you might have, anything that is undermining your ability to manifest the life that you envision for yourself, these things will come to light during this time, so that way you can take the necessary steps to resolve and release the issue. So if at the start of Leo season you feel like you're focusing more on the things that are overwhelming in your life, this is actually a good thing, because what it is doing is bringing you the opportunity to identify the areas of your life where you may feel lack or discontent, so that way you can say, okay, what is it I need to do differently here? Why is this area of my life situation this way? And what steps can I take to make the necessary changes? This way you will be making these changes at the perfect time for them to stick, resulting in a new dynamic as we prepare to move forward towards Virgo season that follows Leo season, which will be an absolutely amazing time for you, provided that you do the necessary work during the 4 weeks of Leo season. So whatever comes up during this 4-week period of Leo season that is challenging for you, say, okay, what part did I play in creating this, and how can I transform my behavior to avoid creating this type of situation again? Now, during this 4-week period, actually beginning on the same day, Venus will be going retrograde and will remain retrograde for the entirety of Leo season, and this will also be in your 8th house. So this is a major indicator that if you have an ex where you have a financial entanglement, that will come up with the opportunity for you to resolve and release that energy once and for all. And even if it's not a financial issue that needs to be resolved, if an ex shows up, just know that this is an opportunity for you to learn a lesson that may not have been learned the first time around. So keep that in mind as you navigate that situation. And any of you that are single and on your path to manifesting love, just know that this Venus retrograde transit is not the best time to start a new relationship. But if someone does show up during this time with some potential, which isn't highly likely, but it also is not off the table altogether. So just know that if someone like this does show up, take it nice and slow and really get to know the person, because Leo season is going to be a spiritually and emotionally intense time for you. So you want to make sure and cultivate any new relationships with the intention of doing so in a way that truly supports your growth and your happiness. Also know that Venus retrograde transiting the 8th house could indicate you being made aware of some sort of inheritance or some situation that involves you and money that comes from someone else. Also during this Leo season, Mercury will be shifting into Virgo on July 28th, which will be in your 9th house, which is an excellent energy for you. So this will be very helpful when it comes to you being able to not only see things very clearly, but also when it comes to you being able to communicate very openly and very effectively, which is great if there's any relationship situations that do come up where resolution is necessary. On August 1st, we will have the full moon in Aquarius, which I'll be making a separate video for, so make sure to keep an eye out for that, which will then take us into the final big shift of Leo season on August 16th, when the moon reaches its new moon phase in Leo, which will also be in your 8th house, which indicates a major transformation. So this could be the time of month where everything really comes together for you, Capricorn, in terms of you just seeing very clearly what needs to change and why. So it may not be the easiest time, but it will be a very necessary and beneficial time for you. So overall, Capricorns, this is going to be a 4-week period where you can come out on the other side of it, changed for the better, and ready to step into a new flow of abundance and fulfillment. So take each day as it comes, knowing that whatever shows up, it is in your soul's best interest as long as you see it as an opportunity for growth. You got this, Capricorns, and I'm going to be going through it right along with you. So let's embrace this energetic opening, and happy Leo season, Capricorns. Okay, my powerful Aquarians, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this is going to be in your 7th house. So Aquarius, it is your turn. This is that time of year that every sign goes through where the sun is transiting the polar opposite sign of your Aquarius energy. So your Aquarius energy is going to be greatly diminished. And this means that you will be operating much more from the other placements in your chart, which may lead you to feel a bit off balance during the 4 weeks of Leo season. For example, if you have Virgo sun with Scorpio moon and Aquarius rising, then the 4 weeks of Leo season, you're going to be operating much more from your Virgo sun sign and your Scorpio moon, which could lend to you being much more emotional than usual. So whatever the situation is for you in your chart, just make sure that you have your go-to spiritual tools that you know help to recalibrate you. Whether it be journaling or meditating or making sure to be social and hang out with friends, even working out or taking yoga, whatever those practices are for you that help you feel like yourself and that help you feel energized, this will definitely be the 4-week period to make sure that you keep those in your daily schedule. Now, this Leo sun will be in your 7th house, so don't be surprised if the relationships in your life will be asking for more of your energy during this time. Just know it's going to be a great opportunity to heal any disconnect that you may have been feeling when it comes to all types of relationships in your life. Work relationships, friendships, family relationships, or romantic relationships. And speaking of romantic relationships, Venus will be going retrograde on the same day that the sun shifts into Leo, and it will remain retrograde in Leo for the entirety of Leo season, which will also be in your 7th house. So more than any other sign, Aquarius, you have a very high likelihood of an ex showing up and attempting to come back into your life. And if this does take place, proceed with caution. Make sure that if you do entertain this idea, that both of you are bringing a new energy and a new understanding to the connection. You do not want to waste any of your time relearning the same lesson that that relationship was meant to teach you the first time around. Also, those of you that are single and looking for love, although the sun will be in your 7th house and Venus retrograde will be as well, just know Venus retrograde is not the best time to start a new relationship. So if someone of interest does come into your life, just make sure that you really take your time to get to know them before you jump into anything too serious. Also, during this Leo season on July 26th, Mercury will be entering Virgo, which will be in your 8th house, which works really well in terms of igniting your intuitive nature, and this will be very beneficial if you do begin any new relationships because it will assist you in being able to see beyond the surface, which is also very helpful when it comes to getting to know someone. Now, this 8th house Mercury transit will also assist you when it comes to spotting positive financial opportunities, so you may want to look into investing during this time. On August 1st, the full moon in Aquarius will be coming along, and I will be doing a separate video for that, so make sure that you keep your eye open for that video. And this will take us into the final big transit of Leo season when the moon reaches its new phase in Leo on August 16th, which will be in your 7th house as well, which indicates renewed connections in one or more relationships and even a new perspective and understanding on just what it is you truly want when it comes to the relationships in your life, which can be very helpful as you move forward in terms of the types of connections that you manifest for yourself, Aquarius. So overall, Aquarius, this Leo season is going to be an incredible time for you when it comes to really understanding the part that you play in the connections in your life. So just make sure that you keep in mind that you may not be feeling 100% like your usual self. This way you can make the necessary adjustments to maintain the necessary balance for yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy Leo season, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces, when the sun shifts into Leo for you, this will be in your 6th house. So Pisces, this is that time of year where it is extremely important for you to pay attention to your health, mentally, physically and spiritually. More than likely, Cancer season had a lot going on for you, and although much of what manifested for you is very positive in the big picture, it is still highly likely that you are feeling a bit drained. So it will be very important during this 4 weeks of Leo season for you to take some time and tend to your personal needs so you can recalibrate and recharge. And this won't be easy to do in terms of time management because the 6th house also has a tendency to amp up your daily responsibilities. But the way to make sure that you are taking care of yourself during this time is by creating a daily schedule for yourself. With this schedule, make sure that you allow some time to meditate or pray or just take a quick nap. Whatever you know works best for you in terms of making sure that you don't hit a burnout phase, it will be important to schedule that activity into your day-to-day life. You will be so glad that you did. Otherwise, overexerting your energy could end up causing health issues down the line. Now, on the same day that the sun shifts into Leo, Venus will be going retrograde in Leo, which will also be in your 6th house. And it will remain retrograde in Leo for the entirety of Leo season. So those of you looking for new love, this is not a major indication of meeting someone new, which is probably a good thing because not only is it not the best energy to start a new relationship during a Venus retrograde, but if you are in a phase of taking a bit more time to yourself, starting a new relationship can make this even more difficult to do. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this will be an excellent time for you and your significant other to work out a schedule that supports balance and productivity for both of you, especially if you live together. Also during Leo season, Mercury will be entering Virgo on July 28th, which will be in your 7th house. Now, this could be very helpful when it comes to communication in your personal relationships because this will lend to you being able to really express yourself more effectively, and it will also help when it comes to you understanding the perspective of anyone that you're interacting with or that you're trying to reach a resolution with. So if there has been any disconnect in a personal relationship with you, this Mercury and Virgo transit could be a great time to address and resolve that issue. On August 1st, we will have the full moon in Aquarius, and I will be doing a separate video discussing that transit, so keep an eye out for that. Then we have the final big transit of Leo season, which will be on August 16th, when the moon reaches its new phase in Leo, which will be in your 6th house as well. And this could serve to really open up your perspective to new understandings regarding the best way for you to move forward, making sure that you are taking care of yourself, Pisces. You are capable of taking on so much, but you are human, and it will be so beneficial to you to make sure that you are living a life of balance in all areas so that way you can thrive while being able to truly enjoy the fruits of your labor. So allow yourself this 4 weeks of Leo season to really transform your daily routine and structure it in a way that is productive and also gives you the time and energy that you need to thrive. You deserve it, Pisces, so embrace this energetic opening and happy Leo season. Okay, so there you have it. What to expect for love and life overall during this Leo season from July 22nd through August 22nd. So let's stay focused on making the choices that lead to the actions that support your truth and will assist you in manifesting the things that you desire and definitely deserve. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed or become a member, please consider doing so. Thanks so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.